Are you ready to delve into the abyss of maritime horror? Then turn down the lights, gather close, and prepare to be terrified by the island that devours boats. Horror story. Tonight we set sail to a place shrouded in darkness, an island where the waves whisper tales of terror and the wind carries the screams of lost souls. This is no ordinary island. It is a place where reality bends and the line between life and death blurs. It is said that ships venturing too close vanish without a trace, swallowed whole by the churning sea. But the whispers tell of more, of ghostly apparitions and ancient curses that cling to the island like barnacles on a sunken wreck. Tonight we unravel 3 chilling tales of those who dared to challenge the island's sinister power. Prepare yourselves, for the horrors we are about to uncover will leave you questioning the very nature of reality itself. The salty air hung heavy, thick with the smell of brine and fear. Captain Elias Stone gripped the helm of his ship, the Sea Serpent, his knuckles white as bone. A seasoned sailor, he had braved countless storms and laughed in the face of danger. But tonight a shiver ran down his spine, a primal fear he couldn't shake. The sea, usually his companion, felt like a stranger, its depths holding secrets best left undisturbed. On the horizon, a spectral glow pulsed, a sickly green light that seemed to emanate from within the ocean itself. It rose slowly, like a leviathan ascending from the watery abyss. As it drew closer, the ghostly outline of a ship began to solidify, its sails tattered and torn, swaying gently despite the lack of wind. The name on the stern sent a chill down Captain Stone's spine. The Wanderer, a ship lost at sea decades ago, vanished without a trace along with its entire crew. The spectral vessel glided silently towards the Sea Serpent, its silence more unnerving than any shriek of wind or crash of waves. Captain Stone, his heart pounding against his ribs, could have sworn he saw figures on the deck, their forms hazy and indistinct, their eyes burning with an eerie, cold light. They seemed to stare right through him, their gazes filled with an ancient sorrow and a hunger that chilled him to the bone. He reached for his spyglass, his hand trembling, and raised it to his eye. The ghostly figures remained, their forms shifting and swirling like smoke on the wind. But as he looked closer, he noticed something even more unsettling. The figures were bound to the ship, their hands reaching out, their faces contorted in silent screams. Suddenly, as quickly as it had appeared, the ghostly ship began to fade. The green light dimmed, the spectral form dissolving back into the mist. The Wanderer was gone, swallowed once more by the depths, leaving behind only a lingering chill and the echo of unspoken terror. Captain Stone, shaken to his core, ordered his crew to steer clear of the area, his mind haunted by the ghostly apparition and the chilling message it seemed to convey. He had looked into the eyes of the damned, and he knew that some secrets are best left buried beneath the waves. The old lighthouse stood sentinel on the island's craggy cliffs, its beacon a solitary eye piercing the perpetual gloom. It was a place of solitude, inhabited only by the lighthouse keeper, a weathered old man named Silas, and the whispers of the wind that carried tales of the island's dark past. Silas, with his wild beard and haunted eyes, had become as much a part of the island's folklore as the shipwrecks that littered its shores. He had arrived on the island decades ago, a young man seeking solace from a past he refused to speak of. He embraced the solitude, the rhythmic crashing of waves against the cliffs, his only companion. But the island, it seemed, demanded more than solitude. It demanded silence. One stormy night, the lighthouse's beacon, usually a reliable guide for ships navigating the treacherous waters, flickered and died. The storm raged for days, the island shrouded in a thick fog that seemed to pulse with an unnatural energy. When the storm finally subsided and the fog reluctantly lifted its ghostly veil, the islanders rowed out to the lighthouse, their hearts heavy with dread. They found the lighthouse door ajar, creaking ominously in the wind. Inside, the air was heavy with the smell of salt and decay. The furniture was overturned, the walls scratched with deep gouges as if clawed by some monstrous beast. Of Silas, the lighthouse keeper, there was no sign. The only clue to his disappearance was his logbook lying open on the floor, its pages filled with frantic scribblings. The last entry, scrawled in a hand shaky with terror, sent shivers down their spines. The island, it speaks to me. It shows me things, terrible things. It wants me to be silent, but I can't, I won't. The entry ended abruptly, leaving a chilling silence in its wake. Silas was never seen again. Some whispered that the island had claimed him, dragging him down into its depths as punishment for defying its command of silence. Others believed he had gone mad, driven to the brink by the island's sinister influence. Whatever the truth, the lighthouse stood empty, its beacon dark, a grim reminder of the island's insatiable hunger and the price of defiance. The island demanded silence, and those who dared to break it would face the consequences. Legend had it that the island, shrouded in mist and fear, held a secret, a treasure buried centuries ago by pirates who met a gruesome end on its shores. The treasure, whispered to be a fortune in gold and jewels, lay hidden beneath the island's gnarled trees and rocky cliffs, guarded by more than just the island's natural defenses. It was said to be cursed, a malevolent entity clinging to the riches, promising unimaginable wealth and delivering only ruin. Many had been lured by the siren song of the treasure, their dreams of riches outweighing their fear of the curse. They came with shovels and maps, their hearts filled with greed, their eyes blinded by the glint of gold. But the island and the curse it harbored had a way of twisting desires, turning dreams into nightmares. One such man was Thomas, a fisherman desperate to escape a life of poverty. He had heard the whispers of the treasure since he was a child, the stories fueling his desire to break free. One day he stumbled upon an aged piece of parchment, a map he believed would lead him to the fabled riches. Armed with the map and a heart brimming with hope, he set out to the island, determined to defy the curse. He followed the map's faded markings, each step deeper into the island's embrace, feeling like a descent into the belly of a beast. The air grew heavy, the silence broken only by the rustle of leaves and the unsettling cries of unseen birds. He finally arrived at a clearing, a sense of foreboding washing over him. There, beneath a gnarled ancient oak, lay a weathered wooden chest, its hinges crusted with rust. His heart pounded as he knelt and heaved open the heavy lid, but instead of the shimmering gold and sparkling jewels he had envisioned, he found only darkness, a void staring back at him, and then the whispers began. They swirled around him, voices laced with malice and despair, whispering of his folly, of the curse he had unleashed. Thomas, his dreams turned to ash, stumbled back from the chest, his mind teetering on the edge of madness. He fled the island, the whispers chasing him, echoing in his mind long after he had left the island's shores behind. He was a broken man, his spirit crushed, his life forfeit to the curse. The treasure remained untouched, a malevolent entity feeding on the desires of those foolish enough to seek it. The island had claimed another victim, its hunger for despair never truly satiated. The island, shrouded in mist and echoing with the whispers of the damned, remains a place of mystery and terror. The ghost ship continues to sail the seas, a spectral harbinger of doom. The lighthouse stands empty, its dark beacon a silent testament to the keeper's fate. And the treasure, forever out of reach, lures unsuspecting souls to their ruin. These are just 3 tales of the countless tragedies that have unfolded on the island's shores. The island, it seems, is a living entity, feeding on fear and despair, its appetite insatiable. So the next time you hear the call of the sea, beware. Listen closely to the whispers of the wind, for they may carry a warning. And if you ever find yourself on an island shrouded in mist, remember the tales you've heard tonight. For the island that devours boats might just devour your soul as well. What are your thoughts on these chilling tales? Have you ever experienced something unexplainable? Share your thoughts and your own scary stories in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more terrifying tales from the abyss.